So here I am moving at 100 miles an hour in a police interceptor. This is one of the plainest, ugliest, and most awesome cars I've ever ridden in. A big boat with 4 doors, black wall tires, and plain wheels and hubcaps. If you look in the dictionary under undercover cop car, you'll see a picture of this car. When you order this car from Dodge, the paint code you choose reads as follows. Paint code E, emergency, 911. Description: exterior color, ordinary, ugly, nondescript. Don't pay any attention to us. Plain clothes, undercover cop car, dark green. Interior, matching cloth with zippered headliner. In 1971 the movie Vanishing Point starring Barry Newman was released. The movie featured a 1970 Dodge Challenger with a 440 cubic inch engine. Early in the movie a scene takes place in an automotive garage. Barry Newman's character Kowalski and an auto mechanic are standing in the bay of the garage with the Dodge Challenger in the background. The mechanic has just finished telling Kowalski about the upgrades he has made to the Challenger's engine. Kowalski asks the mechanic, "What's the top end?" The mechanic answers, "Unlimited." Wow, unlimited top end. Great scene, great movie. I highly recommend it. That is exactly how I would describe the performance of Malcolm's 1974 Dodge Monaco Interceptor. Top end, unlimited. It had a modified 440 cubic inch Dodge V8, beefed up suspension, highway gears, and heavy-duty transmission. That car was a high-speed monster. It was a thoroughbred interceptor through and through. They said it had a speedometer registered to do 140 miles per hour. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean, or if certifying a speedometer was really a thing, but that is what I was told, and it alluded to the fact that the car had been tested at high speed and its speedometer was registered at 140 miles per hour. One thing for sure, is it did have a speedometer that went that high. Malcolm would race anything. If it had wheels and an engine, he would race it. The only problem was the Monaco was a dog off the line. From 0 to 30, it took forever, but then it would start to go, and go, and go. The longer the race the better. I don't think Malcolm ever top-ended that car. It was too fast. If he did, I wasn't with him, and he never told me that he did. A friend of ours, Pete, owned a 1968 Super B, with a 383 4-speed, in a bright yellow with red and blue racing stripes. That car was geared low and very fast off the line, but it also had a very low top end. I think it only did about 90 miles per hour. It was set up exactly the opposite to Malcolm's Interceptor. That didn't stop them from racing. On your mark, get set, go, and the Super B would jump off the line. With tires squealing it was off like a shot. Malcolm hit the gas in the Interceptor, and it took off slow and steady. The Super B would be far ahead and soon reach its maximum speed, its upper limit. The Interceptor was coming on strong by then. It was just getting started. It was closing the distance between the two cars fast. Seconds later it flew past the Super B like it was standing still. The big Dodge had plenty to go when Malcolm took his foot off the gas. In a shorter race the Super B had it all the way, but in a longer race it couldn't touch the Interceptor. Those two cars were total opposites in performance and purpose, but they were both prime examples of muscle cars, during an era when the muscle car was king. Seems to me that Chrysler products were well represented. The 1974 Dodge Monaco Interceptor had one more unexpected advantage. It looked like an undercover cop car. It never got pulled over by the police. It looked like one of their own. When driving in that car, motorists would see us coming in their rearview mirrors and pull to the right to let us by. Malcolm and I were roommates. We rented a house together in Thornhill. Both of us dabbled a little bit in the illegal marijuana trade. We sold pot. We would use the Interceptor as our vehicle of choice when making a pot run. Malcolm was a salesperson by trade. He looked quite respectable. I was the typical hippie type with long hair down over my shoulders. Combine the two of us in the Dodge Interceptor and we would look like a credible and a believable undercover narcotics team. A perfect disguise. We would leave the house and head westbound on Highway 7 to Highway 400. Then southbound on Highway 400 to Highway 401, Highway 401 west to Highway 427, and southbound on 427 to Brown's Line. Depending on traffic, we would often hit speeds up to 90 to 100 miles per hour during the journey down to the city. The journey home, however, with merchandise in the trunk, was a totally different ride. All traffic laws and speed limits were strictly adhered to. We were never pulled over.